Today, my friends, we are taking a look at one of the strongest ground attack strategies at Town Hall 11, the Queen Charge Mass Miner. This strategy is definitely a must to learn, and if you can get in those Seige Barracks, then they are going to help you even more. But let's go ahead and show you guys the power of Queen Charge Mass Miner. So, let's go ahead and break down the Queen Charge Mass Miner. So, what are the basic things you need to know? So, first of which, you need to know how to do a Queen Charge. I made a video on Queen Walk and Queen Charge last week, so feel free to go ahead and click the card up there in the info tab. Feel free to go ahead and check that out in order for you to sort of understand a little bit more on those. And I think it even gave an example of a Queen Walk Mass Miner, and I think there was possibly, I think maybe a Queen Charge Lalo in there or something, but definitely that's a really good video to check out. So definitely I would highly encourage you guys to do that. Now, another thing is with this attack is you are looking to get value from your Queen Charge. So this is typically done to get stuff like Wizard Towers, Expos, just make a funnel. That's really all it is. So what you're doing is well, first of all, you're going to start off with your queen. So on this base design right here, you guys have probably seen a base design like this before. Not too difficult to understand. So if you were going to hit this base, would you hit it from the Town Hall side? Or would you rather hit it from up here? Of course, you've got to make sure that you're looking at the CC. This is a really, really big thing. I didn't cover this within my previous miner video where you guys saw like 40 miners. If you guys haven't seen that video, I would encourage you guys to check that out. I'll leave it as a card as well. One of the biggest things is dealing with the enemy CC. You saw that the other two CCs were Lava Hound in that war, or I guess in that video. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to deal with those enemy clan castles that aren't Lava Hound, but this is a really good strategy for it. So I would say if you're going to use, or if you're going to deal with a CC, mainly a damage CC, then I would suggest using a Queen Charge or Miner Hog hybrid in order to actually use this, because they're both using Queen Charge. There really isn't much of a difference. So the biggest thing that you want to take away from this is you want to mainly try and kill off the enemy CC while still creating the funnel. So what we're going to see here is we want to walk in our queen here. That way what happens is she'll move in like slightly in this way, deal with the enemy CC, then she'll walk back out and just go along here. This way what you can actually do is send in your Seige Barrack array along here, and then probably your king up here. That way what's going to happen is you can actually drive in your miners in this way. And that's very, very simple. Now I want to use some different colors here in order to teach you guys how you guys can use these strategies. So let me know in the comments below if you guys like to see the different colors. It opens you up a little bit more. Maybe even seeing me draw out the symbols like SB for Seige Barracks, K for King and stuff like that. And definitely let me know if that really helps you guys. But you guys can see from this is that what the King's doing is he's just going to be clearing this section here. The Seige Barracks job is just to cover this area, and then the miners just go in straight away. Very nice and neat as they start to enter into the base. Very simple. It really doesn't take too much in order for you to really wreck a base design like this. So, let's go and show you guys this example. So the biggest thing, like I said, is creating the funnel. So you'll see that what we're doing, and I didn't mention this too much in my Queen Charge guide, when you're trying to take a look, if your queen is targeting this building, take out this one. That way the baby dragon or whatever you're using goes along this way and it cuts off her sight range. So just keep that in mind that when you are using a Queen Charge or even a Queen Walk, that's what you want to do when you're funneling her. That's why you'll see like usually 2 baby dragons, maybe the king there, depending on your Queen Charge and the strategy, of course. But you'll see that the wall breakers were able to open up the wall here. You can see that there is a Lava Hound or a lava pot or a balloon. So you'll see that the CC will most likely be either an Electro Dragon or something like that. So there are a couple things. So you'll see that we didn't have to use our poison. We didn't have to worry about that. But you'll see that we're not really dealing with that CC. We don't really have to until, like, let's say this, this baby dragon actually lures it out. Doesn't look like it will, which is always going to be good. So that means that what that's going to allow us to do is really just walk through the rest of the base. There could be a lava hound in there. Typically, if there's a lava hound, then you want to try and avoid it. But other than that, it's still going to be a fairly simple CC to deal with, especially if you have a poison. So there's just a lot of different things that you got to consider. And there is a lava hound, in fact. So you can still see that even a base that has a lava hound CC can still be 3-starred with a miner attack, especially if you take out the loon and you can get some value from it. Just make sure that you're not immediately luring out the CC if it's a hound CC. But you'll see how the miners are moving in, the Grand War moves along, or moves in along with them. Using the Warden ability, this is a big thing. You want to make sure that you're protecting those miners, especially under the Eagle Artillery, as that thing is going to do massive damage to those miners if you do not take care of them. Now, Now, the other big thing is your heal spells. Heal spells are a really good unit, especially when you want to keep a lot of your miners alive. So try to keep them in a group, and a big group, in fact, because they do really well like that. And you just want to heal them up throughout. You'll see a little bit more as we go on, but let's go ahead and show you guys the next couple examples that we have here for you guys. So we're going to briefly go over this base design right here just to teach you guys how you guys can use this. So we'll do this for all of the bases. We're just going to briefly go over them. So the biggest thing here is we are trying to get this Eagle Artillery down. So that means that what we're going to do is we're going to be using our Queen. She's going to be charging into this area here. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's exactly how it's going to work. So that's why we're going to be using a baby dragon around here and a baby dragon here. That way we're going to be able to create the funnel here and also create a funnel this way that now allows us to sort of charge into this area. Now, there are going to be a couple defenses, so that means that we will have to use a couple loons to take those out. But then after this, we're going to use our king down here and a siege barrack as well in order to sort of clear out this bottom section. You can't really see it in this one, but right down in this section is you're going to see that the funnel is going to be set by the siege barrack and the king. That allows us to send in our miners towards the town hall and easily get rid of it. That is all that this attack really was. So what we will first see is that we're going to see the Queen Charge. Using a coconut loon to soak up any seeking air mines if there are any there. And then you'll see that the baby dragons are also being, the coconut loon there is being used in order to keep them alive. Or, to keep the baby dragons alive. So that's what's going to be really important. So you'll see that the jump is going to be used. Another balloon was used just in order to solely focus that queen into going towards the eagle. So this is the sort of philosophy with this. If you can get some value like the enemy CC and the eagle, that's what you're typically looking for. You're usually looking for the enemy CC, and then the eagle is an extra thing. It's not necessary, but it also really depends on where it's placed. So you saw here, it was placed really in the corner. That meant that you have to take that out because you're not going through the rest of the base and dealing with it. That's sort of the biggest aspect that you really need to understand with this, but still a very, very simple attack to really go over. So you'll see that after his queen is done charging, then he's just going to walk right on the outside. This is where you can start your funnels on either side. This way that now you can actually send your miners in like this towards the town hall. Easily get rid of that and start moving them this way. That's really all it is. So still very, very simple like you'll see right here. So usually with this is that you're not typically looking for a ton of value, but usually that's what you're going to be trying to do. You're trying to get as much value as possible with your Queen Charge in order to get through the rest of the base. You've got your Siege Barracks that is with Hogs. Usually Hogs are really good with these type of attacks, as Hogs and Miners synergize really well. Just to have them there allows you to get a little bit more value with your Hog portion and your Miners. So the Hogs are usually going to be there in order to sort of help your Miners out, get through the rest of the base, and they will easily be able to wreck almost anything, as Hogs just do a lot of really good work clearing up defenses. Say for instance, like, Miners are still in the base and some Hogs go off to do their own thing. That's really what you want to try and do. Even if you have Hogs left, as long as they are at full health, then you should be able to get through a good chunk of the base. Like you'll see here, miners still have full health under the healer. Fairly simple. Very easy to learn. And there really isn't too much of a learning curve with this attack, as it's just miners. You guys can really understand miners a lot better than really anything else. I actually like miners a lot right now. I really want to try out Queen Charge Miners at Town Hall 13, so it's definitely going to be something I want to try out. So, let's go ahead and move on to the next example. So, on this example, what we're going to be taking a look at is, of course, it's going to be a Queen Charge, but you're not going to really need the wall breakers here. So, this is just an example of someone who really didn't even need to bring wall breakers. So, this was definitely more of a Queen walk than a Queen Charge, but still, what you're going to see is that we're going to be walking our queen into here, dealing with the enemy CC, still getting some value, and working their way down. That's really all it is. Now, the other thing is, we're just going to be using our Seige Barrack and our king up here. What we're going to be doing up here, mostly, is just going to be working our way down this way. Of course, you could probably send the king in somewhere else, like maybe over here or something, but usually he works a lot better when you're using him with the Seige Barrack, so that way you're getting a little bit more with your funnel. But other than that, that's going to be fairly basic, and just using your miners to sort of, create that easy pathing that allows them to drive in. Very simple, very easy. So, if we now play this, just to show you guys, so what we're going to be seeing here is we're going to first see a balloon go down, just so then it could either soak up any seeking air mines for the baby dragon or the healers. Then what you're going to see is that once this funnel has been created, like you'll see right here, what we're doing is we are setting a funnel on this side, and we're setting the funnel over here. So now her sight range is going to be focused in on keeping the queen going inwards. So you'll see that now that this isn't the closest structure, and instead, it's actually going to be inside here. So now we're dealing with the enemy CC, which is, I believe, a double witch baby dragon CC. And we are also dealing with the king, but you'll notice rage spell, easily dealing with that, and also the poison, of course. So that's how you're going to be able to deal with the enemy CC. Then you'll see over here is that now we've dealt with that already. Now we can send in our miners, and we've got our king and our Seige Barracks going in there and doing work in terms of the funnel. So as we're sending everything else in, we want to make sure that we are using our heal spells, especially early on. And what we're going to see right here is the Grand Warden ability, as we want to make sure that those miners are staying alive, especially underneath or especially against a Eagle artillery. That's one of the biggest defenses to sort of deal with at Town Hall 11. And it's not really too difficult, especially with the Grand Warden ability. So you want to make sure that what you're doing is you are keeping those miners alive at all times. That means that you will be using the Warden ability at least on the first volley of the Eagle artillery shots. But other than that, it's a fairly simple way of 3-starring bases. You saw what the Queen Charge could do here, and even with the wall breakers, it's, you didn't need wall breakers. So another very simple attack strategy, or I guess another very simple example that I can give here for you guys. But definitely, I know I've been doing a lot of miners, but do you guys like me doing miners? I definitely think that you guys are, so let me know in the comments below. I really would appreciate the support, or really appreciate the feedback as well. So let's go ahead and move on to our final example using Queen Charge. So let's take a look at this final example, and let's just go over a couple things. So I want to know where you guys would attack. So I want to throw this question out onto you. So let me know in the comments below where you guys would hit with this attack strategy on this base. So let's give a couple key things. For one, we can deal with the enemy CC. It is a semi-lurable CC. I think that there are some Teslas around here in these spots. So there's definitely could be some Teslas there. Another thing is that there are 2 ground expos. We've got one right here and one right here. So what we're taking a look at here is we are going to have to deal with those ground expos. So we want to take a look at their range. They're definitely going to be in range of our charge. So that means that what we want to do is we want to charge into the base here. That way we can jump into here. However, that's when we have to deal with 2 ground expos and possibly even these two expos right here. These 2 air and ground expos. So it's definitely going to be a little bit difficult, but we want to try and still deal with the enemy CC and also get the Eagle down if possible. You saw from the last 2 examples is that we didn't go for the eagle, or at least the first and the third example didn't go for the eagle, but the second example did, so that's definitely something to sort of think about. So let me know in the comments below where you guys would attack, and then just go from there. So let me know just where you would attack on this base design. I would really appreciate that. Hopefully I'm able to help you guys sort of, you know, I really want to bring in that sort of engagement, so definitely that is something that I really want to teach you guys, and, you know, see what you guys think, because it's definitely really important to see what you guys would think after watching 3 examples. So you'll see that what we're doing is, instead of charging in from back this way from 12, we're going to be starting ours around close to 2. So you'll see that what we're doing is we're going to deal with the enemy baby dragon, then we're going to deal with the archer, and then we're just going to work our way in here. And he decided to use the jump there, even though it really wasn't necessary. It was actually, yeah, it really wasn't necessary because of the hole. But I think what he wants is he wants to go in like this. So you'll see that the queen isn't actually really going to take the jump. And you can see that actually it was a baby dragon, archer, and ice golem CC. So it's still another type of damage CC. So you'll see that what we're doing is we're continuing the funnel over here for the queen. And once she gets out of that freeze, she'll either go around the base or take the jump, and you'll see that she's just going to go around it. So really no point. Oh, I guess she takes the jump instead. I don't know how that works, but yeah. So you'll see that now the king is going to go along here. It's the Seige Barracks as well is going to create the funnel there. That allows us to use our miners down here and just work our way down. So you'll see that all we were looking for was the enemy CC. So kind of a little bit of a wonky attack. Definitely something different, but you'll see that the reason that we didn't charge into that area and jump over the eagle compartment, which we could have, it was far too risky. There was, you know, 2 multi-inferno towers there. There was going to be 4 expos hitting us. You know, that's a lot of damage. So we got to make sure that what we're doing is keeping our miners alive. We want to keep our queen alive, especially since she's going to be the one getting the value, and that's really what we want to try and do. So that's a very, very big thing here. But still, a very simple strategy nonetheless. But let me know in the comments below what you guys enjoyed about the video. Let me know what you guys learned. I really do hope that you guys take away a lot of information from this video in order to hopefully 3-star with Queen Charge Miners in my personal opinion, one of the strongest ground attack strategies right now. Better than P.E.K.K.A. Smash, easier than P.E.K.K.A. Smash. Really, there's nothing easier right now at Town Hall 12 or Town Hall 11 than this strategy. But with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, why not leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss anything on this channel. Feel free to go ahead and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch. I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description for all 3 of those. And also feel free to join my community Discord server. And also don't forget to join, or, well, if you're willing, feel free to join any of the clans that I'm covering in the description below. That way you guys can actually sort of, you know, see a clan that you might be interested in and sort of go from there. Also, feel free to go ahead and join. I think I might have already said it in my community Discord server, but with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.